Late Night Radio.
Leave your door open, I wanna come over. The night is only young, I wanna get under your body, take you over, come undone. Why do we only give it up in the dark? 'Cause I can't help thinking it's not enough for this heart. Who do you think you're going out not with? Somebody hold you when you let me go. You can't hide, you can't lie. 'Cause baby, I'm loving you. I could tell myself that I don't need you. I could try to run away from the truth. I can't hide, I can't lie. 'Cause baby, I'm loving you. My door is open, so come on over. The night is still young, I wanna get over your body, take you under, and come undone. But why do we only give it up in the dark? 'Cause I can't help thinking it's not enough for this part. Who do you think about when I'm not with you? Will somebody hold you when you let me go? You can't hide, you can't lie. 'Cause baby, I'm loving you. I could tell myself that I don't need you. I could try to run away from the truth. I can't hide, and I can't lie. 'Cause baby, I'm loving you. Would it change if I asked you to stay? If I could, would it push you away? But it's just a chance I take, 'cause I want your love. Who do you think about when I'm not with you? Somebody hold you when you let me go. You can't hide, you can't lie. 'Cause baby, I'm loving you. I could tell myself that I don't need you. I could try to run away from the truth. I can't hide, and I can't lie. 'Cause baby, I'm loving you. Baby, I'm loving you. Baby, loving you.
He's our favourite chunky superstar, and he's on Night Owls again. It's Matt Cardle.
Great to speak to you again. You
Good
well?
to talk to you as well. I don't know, you've shook off that Doris from the Spice Girls. What was
Bless
she like?
Melanie.
Cheh. No, you've done well. This album, mind, what's the idea of colouring your eyes blue? I mean, what colour are they normally?
Well, they're kind of bluey green normally, but we had to use a bit of Photoshop for that.
Bit of felt pen. I was wondering what's going on. Has he lost all of the colouring from his pupils? Are you some kind of strange, bizarre freak of nature? But possibly
No,
not.
it's all good.
That's great. Okay, well, congratulations on the album. You know, following the last one, which was jaw-dropping, you're thinking, how are you going to compete with that kind of quality? Because your voice just seems to be getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So well done.
Thank you very much. You know, I quit smoking not long after the fire, so I mean that's helped definitely. But you know, it's just I've been pushing myself harder than I've ever pushed myself for this album. I've had to, you know, I've had so much still to write about. I've had so much still going on in my life personally that I've been wanting to write about.
Right.
And this album is so diverse in its sounds. We've got we've got rock on there, we've got pop, we've got some soul tracks on there, we've got some a little bit more left field kind of Portishead-esque moments on the album.
Sure.
Obviously we've got the duet with Melanie C, the brand new track out at the moment called When You Were My Girl. It's such a great mix, and I'm so proud of the album. I can't wait for everyone to hear it. It's out this Monday.
Amazing. And I gather that you've been hanging out with Miss Worlds. What was that all about?
We got invited to sing at the Miss World final. Myself and Blue went over. And yeah, we just had a wicked time in Bali, hanging out with the Miss Worlds. And
did you not bring some of them back?
No, they were so closely guarded. But that's a good thing.
Keep the rock stars away from the goyles. I can imagine. Okay, so you're getting invited to very, very cool places. This album, though, you're going to have to work right the way around the world, I'm gathering. Yeah, we've signed deals all over the world with this album, and I feel so excited to go and show the world what I've been doing over the past 3 years. No, and when you say, though, that the songs are things that's happened to you in your life and you think, I've got to reflect them, I mean, how much truth are we actually getting here? Because we'll be going through every word now in the little booklet.
Well, you're getting the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth there. I've been more honest on this album than I think I've ever been.
Wow. My goodness. So, presumably, pining over this girl who used to be your girl.
Well, that actually is funny you should say that, because that song is the one and only track I've ever written where it's not actually about myself. It was a joint venture between myself, Toby Smith, and Jamie Scott.
What, you all had the same woman? That's perverse.
No, we all had the same idea. But, it's a great track nonetheless.
So when you're sitting down, though, you being kind of raised on the hard rock because you were a metaler, how come we haven't had power chords yet?
It's a very good point, actually. There was some on the first album. There were a couple on the second album. There aren't many on the third. I've opened it up. I've branched out into open chords, Using more than 3 notes to each chord, I thought may benefit the sound.
How do you cope, though, with all of the... Because, I mean, interviewing is kind of part of the game these days, and it's you've got to do it to get the music out there. But how do you cope with it? Because every time there's a single... You got to get out there. You got to be on this show and that show. You got to do this one live, a bit of TV, a bit of radio, magazines. Must be a whirlwind for you.
Well, it is, but I mean, as long as you're writing about stuff that you believe in, and you believe in the product, and you believe in the album and the single, then it's not a problem or a chore. I'm so happy with the music I'm releasing, and I'm so happy with the reactions that I get. So what could be better?
No, absolutely. And bottom line, I suppose you will end up having different songs out in different territories, different countries. It'll become a bit of a blur. You say, what have I released here this week? Does it ever get like that?
Yeah, what are they listening to at the moment over there? Oh, it is that one still. Okay, yeah, cool. No, I'm looking forward to it.
No, absolutely. So, I mean, has somebody, since, the very beginning, one presumes you see how the ladies in the world of music go about things, and they become essentially coat hangers. They're in all the magazines and they have to wear this outfit and that outfit. Do you get somebody saying, well, hang on, this is the lad who started with a flat cap. Well, he's going to need a bit of help here.
Look, I mean, I've tried my best to stay true to myself personally and the way I look and all sorts of things like that, which is another reason why I wanted to move away from where I was at Psycho and Sony and just be myself,
And you're doing that very, very nicely, because you're a man in control of everything,
I mean, that's what I wanted. I'm a bit of a control freak at times, and, this is my albums and this is my career. I want it to go the way I want it to go.
No, for sure. Travelling around the world and singing it, at the very beginning, I would imagine, probably forced through no fault of your own to do numerous covers, because that's kind of what was expected of you when you did the show. But afterwards, you must have a great set of your own now, absolutely all your own.
Well, exactly, on the first tour, we toured the first album in its entirety, that was that.
Yeah.
The second tour, we got to tour the second album, and the first album mixed, so we cherry-picked from both.
Yeah.
Now, on the tour, and I'm going out on tour, by the way, in 2014 in the UK and Ireland.
Wow.
So check my website for details, mattcardlemusic.com, me on Facebook and on Twitter. And, yeah, you know, we get to cherry-pick from 3 albums, so, yeah, it'll be a great show.
Fantastic. I mean, when you get travelling about to see all of these different cities all over planet Earth, do they set you free, or do they basically just say, get off the plane, get in the bus, get to the gig, get to the hotel, get up, go back to the airport, fly home again?
It can be that. It can also be the other way around. You know, when we were in Bali, we spent 3 days there. It's not a long time to be in Bali.
That was nice.
But, you know, we got a couple of nights out of it. It was good.
So what do you do when you get away from it? I mean, do you have any mad, crazy obsessions that you have to do? Climbing mountains?
I like to skateboard. I still skateboard as much as I can.
Oh, blimey. Do they let you do that? Surely, man, they say, well, Matt, be careful.
Well, I mean, I've hurt myself more recently falling over drunk than I have on my skateboard, so there we go. And that's no joke.
That's excellent. So skateboarding is the passion. If you manage to get a couple of weeks somewhere down the lane, what would you do?
I'll go snowboarding, probably. It's another huge passion of mine. And I love to do it. And, you know, the next opportunity I get, I'll go do that.
Right, fantastic. I would have thought, because, again, I heard, and I don't know whether it's true, but I heard that you'd lost a kidney early doors when you were a kid. Is that right? I would have just thought that would make you kind of super cautious, but instead you are cavalier and flying over Swiss cottages.
No, I mean, because it came out at such an early age, the other one grew to compensate. It was aware of its loneliness, so it grew into a super mega kidney.
Right,
so I'm all right.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. Now, long-term ambition, what's the target for Matt Cardle these days?
Well, I'm going to have a break after this next album and all the tours and everything that we're promoting around the world, and then I'm going to, come back and have written an even better album, the best album that I've written to date. So there's all that to come, but there's a break to be had in between.
Sure. I mean, how did the songs come to you? Are you one of these people that take your telephone and you're recording little choruses every now and then, or a phrase or something,
Exactly,
or you're notepad guy?
No, I'm the recording into the phone. Also, you got the notepad on the phone, so my iPhone is very precious to me.
But what about settling down? Has a fine lady caught your eye, Mr. Cardle?
That's there's all sorts of things I could say about that, but I mean, it's been difficult. The fire was about the breakup of my relationship with my ex, which it's still affecting me. So I mean, I'm gonna wait until I'm clear of all that kind of business.
Get rid of the emotional baggage, and then you can fly again. That's a good way of looking at it. So the future looks as if it's going on from success to success. This album, as I say, I think is head and shoulders the best thing you've done by a considerable distance.
Thank you.
I do think it's down to the fact that this is the real Matt Cardle for probably the first time.
Yeah, I think that's the case too.
Well, bless you. Congratulations. Lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Matt. All the best, mate. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Alan.
This is Night Owl.